Hey everybody, Attack on Titan Season 3 premiere was shown at Anime Expo. I am super excited about it. So, Miranda Sanchez is here and we are going to chat about it. What were your thoughts? I loved it.
Yeah, I'm glad that they just dove right into it. They don't waste any time recapping important things. And even when they do show recap scenes, they get its vital information and it's not just throwaway, let's look at this flashback forever.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate because a lot of anime do suffer from that. I'm really excited about this arc. I'm reading the manga, I'm super far ahead and I know all the answers, so it's I gotta rein it in. Make sure I don't say anything
Rein in the
spoilery.
excitement,
yeah, but this arc is really, really cool and I think this first episode really kicked it off well.
Yeah, we were talking about how Season 2 just left off with a lot of intensity, was pretty depressing. This one started off pretty lighthearted.
Yes, and I think that was a good point when we have Team Levi just hanging out, the scouts are now fully on a team and they are cleaning a house.
Yeah.
That is their job. And it's very good because obviously Levi's so loved whenever he's in his cleaning attire, all those figures and stuff are perfect. And now seeing everybody in that house, especially Aaron freaking out about everyone getting their stuff done. It's you didn't make your bed. But without going into too big spoilers, it's a really funny scene and I think we really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was just some funny bickering, which I actually watched the recap and then seeing all that, I was okay, I needed some levity here, you know?
Let's get some liveliness going in.
Yes.
Let's some heart back into these poor kids who are just devastated constantly.
Yeah.
And last season too, kind of just going back to that, it's fine, I think.
Yeah.
I was kind of sad that they it took so long to get through it just because there's a lot of really important information there. It's good character development, especially for Historia. But going forward, it's just all right, now here we are. We're ready for this action. I don't really want to spoil it. I was thinking about it. It's we probably shouldn't spoil it because everyone hasn't gotten a chance to see it yet. It airs later this month. And this episode does such a great job of setting up the rest of the season. The end, the final few minutes, it's just
yeah. Well, I think we're seeing something that we've never seen before with it. It's always, to me, been heavily action and then obviously pretty gory, but now we're seeing some political drama.
Yeah, so there's definitely hints of that in Season 2 too, and this is fulfilling on that promise of hey, there are things happening inside the walls too that need to be explored, and we're finally looking inward and getting that all fleshed out.
Yeah.
And this first kickoff with it is really interesting, especially the equipment that you'll see in this episode. Again, don't want to spoil it, probably people know about it, but I think that's really indicative of what the conflict is going to be this season. And it's really important and actually really, really exciting. So I hope everyone enjoys it and that they do well by the manga because it does get very intricate.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have questions too about the plans to close the wall. Do you want to elaborate on that at all, or?
Yeah, so the idea is that we have seen the Titans in the walls and we know that they kind of help build them. So we got to fix the wall, and the best way to do that so that they can close off and get to Aaron's basement is to have Aaron harden and close the wall. But he doesn't know how to do that, so that's another big part of this season is going to be seeing how they can complete that objective.
Yeah, and then also one thing that we both loved about the first episode of Season 3 is Levi, he's back. He's just super awesome. Yeah. I don't want to give away too much again, but what were your thoughts about that?
Yay! I think he's one of my favorite characters just because he's very snooty.
Yes.
He's also just so good.
Yeah.
At, obviously fighting and just being a good character. So getting him back more in the spotlight is really good. And Hanji is also great too, and seeing her lead this other kind of half of their team is good. So I'm very excited to see how much they kind of emphasize on them. I like the main trio a lot. It's weird, Mikasa.
Yeah.
So it's Mikasa in the Japanese version.
Yeah.
But they say it differently in the dub. People always give me a lot.
Yeah, the pronunciation's all over the board.
It's 3D maneuver gear versus ODM gear, and it's just there's a lot of weird translation differences in between. Anyway, so I struggle with that sometimes when people call me out. I'm sorry, I don't watch the dub as much. Anyway, so I like that trio a lot, but I think there's actually far more interesting characters outside of them, and so I'm excited to see them kind of explore those, especially with Historia.
But this is not the only cool thing coming out of Anime Expo.
Yeah, so we got to go see the world premiere of My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, the first My Hero Academia movie. I have a review over it. We had a conversation. They're both spoiler-free, even though the conversation says there's spoilers. There's no spoilers. You're fine. You're fine.
No spoilers.
And we also have reviews, of course, for the Attack on Titan Season 3 premiere, and that is spoiler-free as well. So please check out IGN.com for all of those, and of course, a ton of photo galleries.
Yeah, we also have an inside look at Anime Expo. It's a really fun video. So for all of that, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch. To IGN. See ya.